going on? It's a boy Tupi, and I'm glad that you guys are actually back here with me on my YouTube channel. On today's video, we are going to be speaking about, a trade that we actually caught from the previous week, US30 till today. We actually saw this potential trade that played out the way that we had anticipated. And one thing that I like is that in our Telegram public group, we've been like, I'm coming with these US30 trades, like, since we saw the beautiful buy all the way to the upside. The market still got to our resistance area, and we kept on managing it up until it started dropping to the lower side, and we kept on calling out that trade. And a lot of people that are actually in the Telegram public group have been following me in terms of us sending through this US30 trade, and I highly believe that you watching this video, you are in the Telegram group, because I did mention that I might be posting a video today whereby we'll be recapping some of these trades that we take and also what I see moving forward. But if you're not, it's okay, I understand. I'll just leave the link in the description box whereby you'll be able to get yourself in the Telegram public group and be able to enjoy these free ideas that we normally share, especially on US30, which I personally share myself. So yeah, that's what's going to be happening. And obviously, if you do happen to find value from this video, just make sure that you do like, make sure that you do subscribe also, because I'll be sharing more of videos that are going to be much more into detail in terms of how I saw a specific trade, how I caught that trade, how I went with managing that specific trade, and you'll be able to just see my thought process, my mindset, what actually goes on before I even execute a trade in the market. So, but yeah, so what actually happened here is we're looking at US30 like I did say since the previous week. So I want you guys to be able to see some of the thoughts that I actually started seeing it on. So I'll just start off first with like on the daily time frame here. So on the 4 hour, can you just bring the camera here so they can be able to see? So on the you can see here in our Telegram public group right here, you can simply see that we had there's even some live sessions that we'd normally do, but here you can see that we got this 4 hour chart, and we saw a left shoulder head. It could be a right shoulder here, but we were not too sure if it's gonna be a right shoulder, but we're like, you know what, it could be. So one thing that I like is that I'm more on looking into what the market is telling me. I'm not a type to just say, hey, I'm a professional trader, I've been trading for 5 years, let me just buy because I'm confident. No, I'm more into becoming a student of the market. So whatever the market is telling me, I take and I build from it. So that's how we went with it. You can see here I started sending out to the team, guys. We came up with this buy position, and now we can see the market has a possibility of printing a head and shoulder to reverse back to the downside. I mean that we were seeing a buy, but now the market has a much more better potential of going all the way to the downside. And today you can see even here with the date, today I sent a beautiful trade idea whereby I was like, you know what, I've confirmed the market has got to go all the way to the downside. And then I've said some points and stuff, and this is the update with what has happened like so far. You can see when I shared it, it was still somewhere here, and price has broken out of here, and it still continued going all the way on downside. But we're not done. There still is going to be more potential all the way down to support here. And one thing that I want us to do is that just hold here so they can be able to just see me perfectly. So one thing that I want us to do is that I want us to now get in the markets, because what I'm going to be walking into how we go about evolving, because normally in the 3.0 we teach our members to be able to evolve structure. People would clear their chart and then start afresh. We don't do that, I look at this on a daily basis, so I don't have to clean my charts every single day. All I do is evolve my structure. So evolving would simply mean that I just continue to move forward with how the market has been presenting me. So let me just start by recording on this side of the screen. Recording entire screen. Perfect. Okay, so I just wanted to get into recording on this side of the screen, and then we go about some of the analysis into how I evolve, how I am able to see some of the future movements. If the sell that we've been looking at now, is it still going to play out the way that it's been playing out? If not, what's actually going to happen? How do we go about managing it? Because now we can see we're running on profits, and this is a trade that we actually literally took with them like a few hours ago. You can see that it's this biggest drop, because I remember I was at the office just after a meeting. I was like literally having a meeting while looking at the charts like this. And one thing that I notice is that like when you want to help a lot of people, like it comes to a point of like sometimes you even miss opportunities. Like I have my mentors at the office that would literally miss trading opportunities. Then I'd be like, yo guys, you didn't catch the trade, but it's because of they were on a one-on-one session. And that's even the same thing with me. I was on a meeting and I saw a beautiful trade. I was like, yo, I nearly missed it, but fortunately we didn't. So just by coming here, I want us to take a look at how do we go about evolving. So on the 4 hour On the 4 hour, you can simply see that, okay, yes, with the structure, like with the previous one that I did show you guys on the Telegram public group that I did send with the mentors, with the members, we had our left shoulder, head, and then right shoulder. So now it's no longer even a head shoulder type of thing. Now it's actually a double top formation. And on the 4 hour, we can see that we're on the bigger time frame. We're actually on the bigger time frame resistance. Right? So what do I mean when I say that? Maybe someone didn't see. Let me just recap it a bit quick. So obviously first touch, second touch, this being a third touch, because it did try to break out, but it didn't break out. So we are seeing potential of going to the downside up until price has presented itself otherwise. So now moving all the way to the 60 minute. Let me go on the 60 minute and show you how I go about evolving, because with this, what I'll do is that let me just zoom in on this. Remember, when you're drawing structure, you focus more on the two most recent significant touches. Né? So like this is my first, and obviously right here is my second. So this is my first two touches on the support side, and looking at the resistance side is this is my first and second. Né? So this is how I go about drawing my two touches, meaning that with what I'm seeing now in terms of me evolving structure, let me just remove this arrow. You see that it's going down. No need for me to show you guys that it's going down. You can see, but with this, what it means is that this is now a bigger correction. You understand? This is a much more bigger correction. So with this bigger correction, price obviously is gonna go down up until right here at the support box, because we've reached here at first, we rejected, we've reached here secondly, we rejected, and then now we're here, meaning that we have now rejected. There's a high chance of us coming all the way down here into rejecting. And how we caught this trade, obviously on the 1 hour, maybe you couldn't have caught it the way that you've caught it, but I went literally all the way down to the 15 minute, all the way down to the 15 minute, and you can see that, okay, yes, price did break, price broke somewhere below here, and once it did break, it went a bit more to the upside. Then when it started printing this, once it broke these lows right here, this is lowest low because it broke the previous low, this is the lowest high, and then now once it broke the lowest low, automatically it means my stop loss can be, even here I was a bit generous here, but even here it's fair. And then with this, we take profit somewhere around here. So you know that I never take a trade if it's at least promising me 3 times whatever that I've invested, meaning that my risk reward has to be 1:3 or more. And you can see this one here has more potential. I'm risking 1 in order to make 3.35, which is insane amounts of returns. So if I'm putting it 10,000, I'm getting 35,000 back. So that's how I'll go about it. And with how I'll be managing this, like, just take a look at this whole move right here. Just take a look at this whole move right here. So just by coming here and seeing what structure is telling me, price rejected, because I remember even the previous trade, like even this trade here, let me show you guys something that maybe you thought that. Let me just come back here on the Telegram. This buy that's here, we actually did see it. Like, I want to show you guys that US30 is a trade that, like, can you please just come here so we show them right here. Just take a look at okay, take a look right here, like, see where it was, like, here it went down and then it came a bit more to the upside. Then I was like, hammer on support, there's a high chance of buying. It was still here, and then boom, price happened, and then you can see on the 15 minute this happened, and then it went up. That's what happened on the 15 minutes. Same thing that happened here, it happened, then boom, it ended up, we hit take profit because we're looking to take profit here. It hit take profit. So now we're going back down with it. So it's not something that we are just, like, playing around, not knowing what to do and stuff. We are actually, like, looking into investing in US30, because this is something that we focus more on. So like I did say, support, boom, it broke to the downside. Then now we're going up. So now the only thing that I'll do is that, because I haven't yet locked my profits, but the only thing that I would most definitely do is lock my profit, whether it's on break even or even when it's just like close to here. So even if it does take me out, I still go home with profits. So like here it will be me going back home with like at least 2.7, and let's see if I've my 1% was like maybe 10k, I'll be going home with 2.7%, because at the end of the day, it's still profits that I can give back to the markets. Whatever you make in the markets, you need to make sure that you are not giving it back to the markets. And obviously what I'm also seeing is coming back down to the 60 minute. What I'm seeing is once maybe price gets down here, then obviously first touch, second touch, third touch. So maybe price could print back all the way to the upside and then give us some touches here. But if not, then it will mean that price would break, which I doubt it can break. But like, you know, we still have a lot of swing, like in terms of where the market is most definitely this could be our next support area where the market is most definitely able to go. And normally I'd see people be tagged in and out of, you know, false breakouts. It will be because you are not looking at something similar to this, because like let's say this area also here, it's a support area, so price can just go all the way down, tag you, and you're thinking that you are like selling and stuff, and then only to find it's printing your support here that is going up. So you need to be a bit more careful in terms of that. You need to be a bit more careful in terms of like, you know, what price is telling you. So one thing that I want to say regarding this is that in trading you have to react towards what the market is telling you. But when you are reacting towards what the market is telling you, you're not reacting to it uneducated. You're taking those educated guesses. Like you're seeing that, okay, no, the market has done this, and I said that if it does this, I'm gonna react this way. And obviously if it does play out that way, you're able to react in a certain way because you've already planned out for it. But if you don't plan out for it, then you're gonna be, you know, those people that are buying, selling, and you know, you're showing like, you know, you're posting with 10,000 profits, but you know that at the end of the day you didn't make profits at all because you lost maybe early in the morning, or maybe those profits that you maybe posted with, like, you know, ended up being not profits because they went against you and stuff. So we don't want that. We're trying to build sustainable wealth. We're trying for you to have a skill that no one can take away from you. But at the same time, I'm not saying that you are gonna be making like a lot of money on a single or each and every single day, because with the market it's not something that, like, you know, every single day you'll be making 100k, even though you've mastered the skill. But that consistency that you'd be making, that growth that you'd be making, it's a skill that no one will be able to take away from you. And one thing that you can do is that you can see when I send out my ideas, I send them out with, like, you know, I'll be sending them out with, like, you know, some of the way forwards. Like, guys, I'm seeing this, and I'll also say I'm seeing this because of this and this and this. So you can learn from just following some of these ideas. So yeah, I think the best thing that you can do is make sure that you're in the Telegram public group, and once you're in there, then it will allow us to be able to just grow massively. So make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe if you found value in this video, and I'll see you on the next YouTube video.